Too Big for 1G, BTP the realest, we in the building. What's happening, man? This is Big Facts, man. We back.
What's going on?
This episode what?
Man,
This
this is
episode
number 2. Dope.
Season 3.
Season 3, all the way.
And we back, man.
Back.
We're gonna jump it off today. First and foremost, congratulations to Killer Mike.
Yes. First and foremost.
First off, like, he's been underrated and underappreciated for a long time. To the hits he made with Outkast, to the hits he's made with plethora of artists. I just, ran through a lot of his tracks, and Bill got a laundry list of music, a catalog that's very, very big, and hella appreciated for everything he's given to the game. It's about time. Now, this new album, Michael, entitled Michael.
It's a masterpiece. It is a complete, utter masterpiece. And, a lot of people giving Kanye a lot of attention right now with his new album, and he's done great things with his numbers. He's one of the highest dropping album drops as an independent label ever. I think he dropped at like 15. So, he's doing things, but if we're talking about an album where the content can really get you going, and it just got a vibe to it, it's from A to Z. Is covered. This Killer Mike album, Michael, is definitely one of his best albums, one of the best albums I've heard in a minute, and it has good substance to it. It's something he'll take you on a journey. He'll get you crunk, and then he get you emotional, and he'll start having you thinking about shit. And there's not a lot of musicians, especially in hip hop, that are able to really touch that.
I was gonna say, let's get this straight. Since we're talking about hip hop, is Kanye even in that conversation right now? Kanye don't really. In my opinion, in the true definition of hip hop and the true definition of pop music, Kanye is making pop music. That's not hip hop, that's pop music. So what we have here is a crazy. First off, he got a lot of tracks. There's a lot of tracks on that album. I didn't count how many, but it's a lot of tracks on that album. I want to say maybe 20 tracks or something like that. It's a lot of tracks.
More than usual, you know what I'm saying?
It's way more than the norm, the quote unquote norm.
Right.
He went back to the old school. So it's just, and you could tell he was spitting a lot of 16s as well. Yes. So we're talking like a real spitter, like real hip hop, like and the essence of his form, like his true expressions. Like, man, he wasn't bullshitting either. He didn't pull no punches. He didn't bullshit. He came with who Killer Mike is and his entitled Michael. Like, he really said exactly how he felt about a lot of shit. And y'all just got to go check it out. Go check it out.
Gotta check it out, man.
Give it a fair shake.
That Run track, album. He got a feature with Young Thug, and, with him and Young Thug together, I thought that was a great collaboration. I think he made Thug come out his element a little more. He brought back Andre 3 Stacks, you know what I'm saying? He got him and Future together. He knew how to put people together. He knew who would sound right for each beat. If anyone
could bring people together, it would be him. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't understand, like, how deep Killer Mike goes. Like, Killer Mike is touched a lot of different genres of music as well. Like, so he's moved in the industry, in the entertainment game, in every way, shape, and possible. Like, he's also moved politically. So it's so many different games.
Oh, bro, like, and that's the essence of hip hop, because hip hop started as a political movement. It was always politics. You know what I'm saying?
Hip hop definitely didn't start from a political. It started as just a means to be able to be heard and to have fun. It wasn't meant to be a political thing. This shit wasn't that. They was having fun and having parties, and somebody had some shit to say, and that's all it was. You know what I'm saying? And somebody had a nice little something to say, and it came off in a poetry form. That's it. It was happiness. It was having fun. It became more of a movement of freedom of speech. When the fun started leaving the neighborhoods. Word. So when the fun started leaving and other shit started coming in, it changed the flow of the music. So it's always been culturally based. I don't think it was based politically for a movement just to speak against equality and all that shit. Nah, it wasn't that. Now, it has the platform that it has, fuck yeah, you might as well use it for everything that you can. But when it first started, no, man, it was a little more simple than that. Like, the simplicity of it was so great to the point where it was so catchy and everybody just caught on to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but what it is now, hip hop has evolved into a very bad joke.
Talk about it.
So it wasn't supposed to be. Killer Mike definitely probably deserved a Grammy 10 times over. And this is his first one.
And he hit it hard with that album. I think he ended up winning 3 that night.
Yeah, this is his first time winning. And he hits 3-piece. You know what I'm saying? I believe it was best album, and it was best single probably.
Yeah,
best
it was
performance.
I think it was Scientists and Engineers. I think was the single that was talked about. You know,
and you got performance.
Yeah, performance.
You know? So and Scientists and Engineers. That's a very, 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 very. That's hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't name nothing off of Kanye's new album and just call it real true hip hop. Can't. I ain't even heard it all, but you can. Promise you. It's pop music, man. So that's not hip hop. So I wouldn't give it a fair shake. And, you know, Kanye's gonna sell music. It's Kanye. It's Ye. Yeezys. He's gonna sell his music. But then you got people like Killer Mike, KRS-One, who else are underrated, super underrated lyricists that's been around a long time.
There's a lot of them, you know, and there's more to where the point we don't even know who they are, just simply because they don't get that fair shake. You know what I'm saying? That you know, vibe of it isn't really what's being looked at right now. You know, the game changed every 10, 15 years, if not every 8. You know, it's
I mean, almost every 2 now.
You know what I'm saying? It's so
about every 2 years now the game is changing. You know, then you got Mos Def. Mos Def is another very, very underrated old school rapper who probably hasn't had the right type of shine he needed. You know what I'm saying? AKA his new name. I'm just saying there's a lot of fucking artists out here that are just like Killer Mike who deserves that opportunity to be the underdog who wins. What was the lineup, bro? Who did he win best artist against?
He won, I think it was over
better yet, who did he win best album of the year again?
Right. So it was Nas, I believe it was 21 Savage, Metro Boomin. They went ahead and had it with Drake, and then they had it with Travis Scott. You know, and there were definitely some without that lineup, you know, had something to say, you know, but I mean, you know, at the end of the day,
that lineup though, bro, think about that. And you listen to the material that they put out compared to Michael, that album.
It's the content, bro. Like, for me, like,
they really judged it off the content.
Exactly.
But that's a landslide, dude.
That album is cold. Y'all gotta understand. Y'all need to listen to it.
Like, it's not like he was up. It's not like he was up against a lot of competition right there. Let's talk about that. I'm just saying it. I'm just keeping it real. Everybody got their opinions, and I'm just saying my opinion is like, one like that. That's a badass album, man. That's a lot of great music on one album.
It's dope. It's well produced. It sound good. People talk about the mixing and this and that. I mean, it's there. Like, if you can't get more solid than that. You know, like,
that's top-notch quality.
It might not have no crazy delays or no crazy voice effects, sure, whatever. But for who he is and what he was producing,
an artist.
He's an
artist.
He hit it.
Performs, and he's an artist. Creates real, authentic music. Now, if you got to go in there and do your voice effects and all your drop offs, you got to do your punch ins. Cause see, y'all think we don't hear those punch ins? We hear y'all.
we hear
y'all punching in. Y'all are punch-in artists. All right, hold on. Go back. I'm gonna do that one again. Y'all are punch-in artists. Y'all spitting y'all shit line for line. You think we can't hear that energy change? Those who got the trained ears, we hear that energy change. Y'all can't match that energy. But you listen to this man's music, it ain't a whole lot of punch-ins. He going in there spitting. He knows his music.
And he got something to say.
And he's got a whole lot to say. So like I said, he going in there spitting. He not just going in there laying down the shit, oh, I can spit my shit and I ain't got to stop. No. He's going in there saying some shit and he's spitting. So when I say he's spitting, spitting on the mic. Like he going in there like an old cowboy. Ping. Okay, he's spitting on the mic. Mm-hmm. So it's just like that's not, you know, like him. Like they talk about how great the motherfucker is. Look here, man. White chocolate up there. He gon', you know, I know he wouldn't like that because you know he don't even want to be considered that, but that's what he is. I'm just saying, he gonna spit. He gonna spit. They gonna go in there and they gonna do their shit. You think he made Rap God and he was punching in? Punching in don't sound like that, by the way.
It's got a whole different vibe to it.
Okay, you can't punch in and sound like that. Not Rap God.
You just making sounds at that point.
You think for real, bro? You can't. Nah, you just connecting sounds. You can't punch that in. You can't punch that in.
No.
So and then you go back and listen to Busta Rhymes. You can't punch that in. And I'm talking about punching in because that's music. When you make music that set tones and set vibes and set moods, that's because you're spitting it in a certain form and fashion that allows this music to become whatever the picture you want to paint.
Yo.
And that's what this man did. He wrote a story and he painted the picture from start to finish. Take the album, put it on at one and let it play.
Let it play.
You know what I mean? And there's very few albums out there like that. Most of y'all barely even put out albums. Put out 3 tracks and call it an album. What we doing?
What's going on?
Now he done set a new standard, a status quo. It's a change of tide again. Let's ride it. Y'all want to ride a wave, right? You want to ride a wave. Okay, this is how you get album of the year. Go spit.
Go spit.
Go make content, real content with real substance. True, real life, authentic substance. He ain't talking about nothing he ain't never did.
Right.
We're talking about Killer Mike. Killer Mike, we ain't talking about, he ain't talking about shit he ain't doing. Or he ain't never did in his life. So therefore, can we get to the real content again? Can we get some reality, some substance again? I ain't gonna go too far. Y'all know I'll start preaching like Sharif. Just saying.
We talked about it in past episodes, you know, about how hip hop just ain't charting the way it used to, and how we haven't really had those number ones come in like how they used to, and you know, it's.
I don't know what y'all want to call this other stuff that y'all think is hip hop. That's cool. Y'all can call it whatever you want to call it. It's pop music. That's all it is. At the end of the day, it's pop music. It's popular by demand. That's popular music. It's for
and it's popular. Masses. They got the numbers behind it. You know what I'm saying? That's
gonna
cool.
Sell like that. Hip hop was never meant to be pop music. It's hip hop. Hip hop was never meant to be popular music. It was never meant to be that. Hip hop was meant to be a form of self-expression. That is not political. Self-expression is just self-expression. That means you can express yourself in any fucking way you want. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to you. Right? Cool. But you're doing it in a form of hip hop. When you're doing it in a form of hip hop, you fit that form of hip hop, that structure that was already laid when hip hop was created. If you follow that structure, if y'all learn, for some of y'all, I'm just gonna go through this. If some of y'all learn how to ride the beat, y'all would be some damn good artists. Y'all want to be going against the grain, fighting against that damn current. You want to swim upstream. It ain't gonna work, bro, with you fighting that current like that. You just standing in place. You're making the same shit over and over and it all sound the same. Because you got this one cadence, this one delivery. You gotta learn how to ride that beat. When you learn how to ride that beat, you can take your shit to many levels. Now you're like water. You just form to whatever else is around you. You know what I mean? That's the essence of where you want to be. That's where you want to get to. That's hip hop. If you listen to this man, he can literally rap over almost anything. Oh, y'all forgot though? He could sing.
Dude's cold. He's done everything. He's done everything up until this point.
Bro, Killer Mike is a fucking musical genius. You gotta give it to him. And he's just finally getting that real praise that he deserves. So kudos to you, Killer Mike. Shout out to you, man.
Killer Mike. You know, Atlanta having a hell of a year. There you go. You know, because I mean, Atlanta had a hell of a year because, you know, going from Killer Mike, sweeping out Grammys, halftime shows, all Atlanta.
All Atlanta, man.
All Atlanta. Did you see that? He brought out Usher.
He killed it.
Usher brought out Little John and Ludacris.
The new Little John, not the old Little John. I got the new Little John. That's the new and improved Little John, okay? That is the new vegan version of Little John. I don't know.
My man was healthy.
Okay? Like, that's crazy, man. Like, to even see him look like that, man. Like Lil Jon, I don't know if y'all know, but go back and look at some of Lil Jon's old music videos, man. That's not the Lil Jon we grew up with. So it's nice to see everybody come together like that, man. Atlanta has been pumping out great music for a long time. So shout out to ATL, because they've been doing it for a long time too. And you know, Texas, this is what we do. This is how we move. So being in the South, like, we all kind of connected in one way or another. And Atlanta has definitely been consistently, I mean, and I'm going to say this with all honesty, and trust me, this is hard for me to get out, that Atlanta has been consistently pumping out great music for at least 20, 25 years now. Like, consistent.
Serious.
Consistent. They've been setting the bar for consistency for about 20 years. I'll give them that for sure.
Definitely.
Certain 20 years. And that's the honest God truth. So it's been them, then Texas, then Florida. You know what I mean? And you know, then squeeze in a couple of more in the South. But for shit show, those are the runners for the South. Like, it took us a long time to get to that point. So I don't know. I do know that Killer Mike hasn't even gotten the notoriety that I feel like he deserved, even out of the ATL. So it just, that's how crazy the game has been viewed of what hip hop is, right, or what rap is, or what pop music is, what all of this shit really is. I think we've misconstrued the actual definitions to bend to fit what we want it to fit. We're getting away from the actual, that's why history is so important, because you have to understand how we got to where we are. Right. If you don't understand how we got here, the root of it, the fundamentals of it, then you're going to fuck it up. You're fucking up the recipe. You know what I mean? If you keep tweaking that recipe too many times, you're going to fuck it up. It ain't going to be the same thing no more. It's something else now. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get back to real hip hop and celebrating it, and that's a good move. I appreciate the Grammys and the panel for doing that.
Real shit.
And really just making it about the content. So that's a first.
About the motherfucking content, like it's
that's a first in a real long time.
Because they could have picked Drake. They could have picked Drake. They could have picked Travis Scott because they popular. They could have picked 21 Savage. Yeah, they could have picked 21 Savage, putting in hella work. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
okay, so like these guys are selling. Like they're let's not knock them at all. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a landslide by content. Judging them off of content and substance.
Yes,
having substance.
Yes,
something real to say. I think that changed a lot of the shit too. So, Killer Mike, man.
Killer Mike all the way, man. And a little extra bonus with that album, I believe, is Run. He does a remake, but like a reggaeton type version with Damian Marley. It's on YouTube. Y'all go check that out. It's dope. Yeah. He's everywhere, man. He's dope, bro. Like I listened to it. I first heard Killer Mike when I was like in 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? When he was on that cover and he had the flag on him and he was throwing up his shit and I heard that shit and I listened to his shit ever since then. And then when I heard this come out, because he was doing Run the Jewels for a while, really holding that foundation. Run the Jewels is dope. You know what I'm saying? It was
dope too.
It was real different for me, you know what I'm saying? So when he dropped this, it was very abstract, you know, like
it's abstract as fuck.
It was, you know,
but that's Killer Mike though.
But that's Killer Mike. He's versatile. He wants to be abstract. He wanted to be different. So when this came on, it was just that hip hop, and I was just like, damn, like this is the motherfucking shit. Like y'all go check that out. Real shit.
Go check out Michael.
Y'all go check out Michael. Damn it.
Now, last but not least, what happened with him getting fucking locked up, bro, or getting arrested? Arrested?
Yeah, like he ended up supposedly getting arrested because of an overzealous bodyguard at the Grammy. So I guess somebody was just tripping a little too hard and shit. And you know how it is. You know when real get recognized, it's always something that try to come through. You know what I'm saying? So that's just one of them things. But you know, but all in all, I mean, homie doing this thing. You know,
he killed it.
Killing it, you know what I'm saying? As we said,
he's Killer Mike should.
You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. And he's very active in his community. He's very much about movements, and he's doing the motherfucking thing. A great example that I think a lot of hip hop artists, kind of like how you said, but Mike, you know, now it's a platform type era where he is using his platform in a way to where
you can. And even like I said, you know, it's not to take away from the political game that hip hop has. Because it does have a political stance, and we do have responsibility in hip hop. But I believe it wasn't created for that. It was created for self-expression. It was created to have fun. It was created to be an outlet. You know what I mean? Like now it evolved as hip hop should. But you don't lose the fundamentals of that evolution, because then you change the DNA makeup of that evolve. Like now it has become something else. It's not even the same thing no more. We're talking about something else. It's not hip hop. It's just for the hip.
He got hop over there. He got hop over there and shit. Oh Lord.
You know, it's just it's not the same. But then when we're looking at the Super Bowl, and I felt like that was a nice pinnacle. And you know, like I said, I still feel like Michael Jackson's was better. But it was great.
Bro, Bruno Mars, if y'all ever get time, go look at Bruno Mars' performance for the halftime show. I
remember that too. Bruno Mars was pretty good.
Usher did his thing though. I liked it. I
still say Michael Jackson's was better. Like
Michael Jackson.
This motherfucker was teleporting, bro.
That's Michael Jackson though.
He was teleporting in 96, 94 or some shit like that. Like it was early mid 90s, like, and he was fucking shit. We didn't have weird ass green screens like that.
Michael Jackson Cole, Michael Jackson, but but it's yeah, man. It was dope. It was dope. I appreciate who he brought out. You know, brought out Alicia Keys. That was dope. You know,
that was dope. You know, Luda. Shout out to Swiss Beats.
Low
key getting his feelings hurt.
Oh God, have mercy. But
at the same time, I mean, like, that's Alicia Keys, and that's the Super Bowl, and we're performing. You know, like that's what performers do. So let's not hype up more than what it is. Like,
it could have been like Janet Jackson. So I mean, you know, it could have, you know.
Let's not hype it up for more than what it is. Like, you know, that we're gonna call that a wardrobe malfunction.
Lord have mercy.
But but in this case, like, it was a good move, and I felt like it came in at its best. It's Usher. You shouldn't expect nothing less.
he did his thing. He did his thing, you know, and it's crazy, you know.
Congratulations to Kansas City as well.
Oh, congratulations. It was a great game. It went all the way down to overtime. So all the extra commercials got the extra commercials. So that was nice. They were able to do their thing and make their money. Sure. But it was a dope game. It was a really good game. This was one of the first defensive games that I've seen in a long time. You don't see a lot of
them. Which is really fun.
You don't see defensive football no more.
Yeah, which is fun. You know, watching a good defensive game is always fun. On to bigger pressing issues. We talked about it in our last segment about the youngsters and watching your kids and being aware of their movements and being aware of what they digest and cleaning out the filth. You know what I mean? So at the parade for the Super Bowl winners, there was 2 youngsters who happened to get into a scrap and didn't leave it at that. They got mad and pulled out their rifles and their guns, getting to shoot. And I believe 22 people got shot.
20 plus got shot. And the youngest was like got shot, 8 years old.
And one got killed who was the DJ.
The DJ of the event at that time. You know, a Tejano DJ. And, you know,
we got her name, don't we, B? BTP, we got her name. And for this tragedy to happen, you know, condolences to family members and prayers is with you all, because that's very, very serious, and that's a tragic
Lisa Lopez Galvan. Lisa Lopez Galvan, the Tejano DJ for KKFI out there in Kansas City, you know.
And that's crazy because she's the only Tejano DJ in the city, and now she's gone. So, and there was an 8-year-old who got shot as well. Like, this is tragic, and it's a damn shame. Like, that we're down to this again. Like, we're back to this conversation again, and we're gonna talk about it and try to bring more awareness to the shit, because it's sad, bro, for y'all to be out there with fully automatic weapons and just cutting loose like this, and instead of taking this situation to a better place. Why do this at a place you're supposed to be celebrating your city? Let's start right there. Let's start right there. This is an opportunity for y'all to get together and celebrate your city and the victory that you guys had, and being able to enjoy this momentous moment. And y'all are fucking teenagers, and they're fucking fighting and shooting. And you got other kids, you got other people, you got innocent bystanders who got to pay for this. And now they're going to forever be traumatized by what these 2 teenagers have done. And they don't have no death penalty in Kansas City for teenagers, which is kind of good, because they definitely would be served up for it. But most likely they're going to be tried as adults as well. So they're gone. Their life is over. And the people that they shot, their life will forever be altered. Yep. And the young lady, the one young woman that was struck and killed, she's gone, and her family's lives are going to be altered. Like, so many people are affected by this one mass shooting. It could have been stopped over one little simple thing. And we all have to have more regard for life, bro. Like these kids, they don't have no. The value of human life is so small.
Right.
It's so small now. There's no value for life in that situation. You're just going to cowardly cut loose with these fully automatic weapons and just shoot.
Just shoot.
With no regard. These are kids, man. These are kids.
And these like army guns, like they can't handle this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, most of these motherfuckers got switches now. Like, it's not. You can't control that shit. None of this.
These are weapons you need to be taught how to handle, and at the same time, they're kids, man.
They're young.
They shouldn't even have it. So I want to know, where's the parents?
Where's the parents? Where's the parents?
Again, everything start at home. Everything start at home. It all starts at the source.
So this is actually a really good point. There was a shooting at a school in Michigan. I think his name was like Crowley or something like that. And he ended up, I don't know, I think he got killed or something as a part of it or whatever, or they caught him or something. Mm-hmm. But this is one of the first cases where they're actually trying the parents for the shooting. Wow. And the mother was convicted, or the father was convicted already, and now they're trying for the other parent. So now they're having legislation that has now been passed in Michigan, basically saying like, hey, your kid shot up the school, you're getting charged. You know what I'm saying? So would this be another precedent to say, hey?
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't disagree with it. I wouldn't agree with it. Like I have I believe based on investigation and how would that look? You know what I mean? Like if it does redeem that the parents were neglectful, then in properly supervising their kids or properly being a freaking parent. It sucks to even say that, because I know it's hard out here because people are working jobs and they're doing this and they're doing that, and life is not the same anymore where you can just have a parent at home and watch the kids all the time. I understand, but at the same time, we have technology advancements that allows us to be able to keep track of our children at all times. There's so many different things that we have at our disposal that we do not use, not properly. But no, we're just trying to catch the next doorbell ring that we can catch and go viral. But you're not trying to catch what your kids are up to that night or what they're doing that day. Or your instincts, your parental instincts don't kick in just to go see where your kids are at. Exactly. Like all of these things need to be aware of. Like we're going to have to change the way we be parents. I say us as parents because I'm a parent. You're a parent.
Yeah, we're parents.
And this is a generation that we have in front of us, bro.
It's a different world, bro. Like the world that it is now to what it was 20, 30 years. The world was never safe. That's first and foremost.
That's another
first and foremost. Things have never been safe. But I would say this though, at least within urban areas, especially, you have a greater concentration of people. And the more people you get, you're just going to have more shit happen. I mean, that's just the way math works. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, at the end of the day, if you live in these huge, cities, people talk about San Antonio, people talk about Austin, the greater Texas area, Texas in this mud, you know what I'm saying? We are a very densely populated region within these specific areas, whether if it's the new megatropolis that's happening between Austin and San Antonio, whether if it's the Dallas-Fort Worth area or whether if it's the Houston area. These are huge, densely populated areas, more so than the rest of the United States in some cases, if not for LA and New York. So it's one of these situations where we gonna see this happen because this is all these people getting snatched up all the time. You know what I'm saying? So we need to be stricter with how we see our kids and have that, regulation of like, hey, you ain't gonna be able to walk out like that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand how it is nowadays, and then on the other flip of it,
we need to be more hyper aware, like we spoke on in the last episode, that we need to be more hyper aware of when our kids are making this dramatic change and how much they're being exposed to. Exactly. So with them being exposed to so many different things out here in this world, just being outside of your home, when they come home, what are they being exposed to? Are they in a free place to speak? But at the same time, understand that there's still repercussions and consequences that come with everything you do in life. Like teach them the value of life. We're not teaching the value of life anymore. Now we're just teaching last man standing.
Yep.
I'm just gonna shoot everything up. Like it's just the wild, wild west now. It's like there's
and people don't understand. There's no value in life, and people don't understand what you're gonna be like after you pull that trigger. People think that
how many people it's gonna affect.
You're not gonna be the same.
You're not gonna be the same.
Never gonna be the same.
Of course, and your victim may be still here, and they're never gonna be the same, or they're not here, and the people connected to the victim are never gonna be the same. You hear it's the trickle effect. It's gonna be a drip where it's gonna continue to fall down the ladder. It's never gonna get better for nobody.
Yep.
And that's a tragic thing, man. Like we have to do better. So
We have to do better.
Let's find a way to become better parents, and also let's just find a way in general to become better people, and just have more love, man. We need more love. It's not enough fucking love in the world.
Because it's like, in all honesty, what happened for it to get to that point to where they're like, yeah, I'm gonna pull my strap on you? Like, what? They stepped on your
probably
shoes?
Something very simple.
You know what I'm saying?
It was probably. I'm not gonna make any speculations. I'm not gonna make any guesses, but I'm most likely it's gonna be something quite fucking simple. Quite simple and very avoidable. Some shit that was not worth shooting all these fucking people. Not worth this lady losing her life.
Most likely, nothing to do with it. All them
most
people.
likely, none of this was worth even having a fist fight for, probably. But let alone shoot up all these innocent bystanders. Like, so was it worth it? At the end of the day, these two teenagers are gonna have to live for the rest of their life, understanding and trying to learn. Was it worth it? These small little events that just turned into a catastrophic situation.
Right.
Deadly catastrophic situation fatally happening in front of you, and this is and you guys are the cause of it, and that's something they're gonna have to live with. So we have to be better as parents. We're talking about teenagers.
Yeah.
We're not just talking about some adults that went and chose to go do something terroristic. Mm-hmm. No, we're talking about teenagers that got into a fist fight and chose to pull fully automatic weapons and let loose.
Mm-hmm.
So something between that teenager's life of birth and hitting this teenage year that they are and go to jail for this mass shooting. Somewhere in between that time, as a parent, you should have did your job.
Mm-hmm.
And somewhere in between there, as a parent, you could have prevented this. And that's the honest God truth. We like to say that sometimes there is certain situations where these kids just make choices and it's beyond home.
Yeah.
It's beyond your parenting. It's beyond all of these things. But I truly still believe that if we just become a little more hyper aware as parents, we could prevent a lot of this type of shit from happening.
Yeah, man. You know, and another side, you know, I would always say, you know, you got to give these kids to want to live for something. You know, I feel like a lot of these kids are just here and they're like, I'm going to school, high school, middle school, whatever the case, and this is it. You know, my parents are fucking struggling. Everyone I know is struggling. Mm-hmm. I'm struggling. Like, it ain't gonna get better from here. So what the fuck I look like? You know what I'm saying? Gotta give them something.
And right now, it's nothing, man. It's truly nothing. So
it's hard out here for a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? And you know, and this I would say is a result of the societal dysfunction that's been carried out throughout the many decades of just, you know, poor employments, poor opportunities for numerous people, and you might not feel it then, but it's gonna be your kids that are gonna show it, or their kids. It's gonna be a point to where you can't control it, because you know it only gets more wicked because of what's being put in. You can't get no opportunity. You just see others get it and less people getting it, and then you're just like, well, fuck. You know what I'm saying? So it's you know, it's so much.
It becomes literally that option becomes very valuable and very possible. It's the ones that don't have a struggle, that don't have to go through these things, and they still choose this life of violence. They still choose to try to be gangster. They want to be in the hood. They fighting every day to get to the hood. And then there's kids like me. When I was growing up, I was fighting to get out. So when you're growing up as a kid and you're fighting to get out the hood, and you see friends that you go to school with trying to come hang out in the hood, like, why you over here? This ain't where you want to be. You know what I mean? Like now you have this trend. It's like everything's a trend. Like, and it doesn't need to be this. You don't have to be this to be successful. You don't have to be this to have an opportunity, because now you just shitted on your whole life. You just said fuck it and I don't care.
Yep.
And that's it. Their fucking meter is so fucking high, it's ridiculous. Like, they don't give a fuck about a damn thing. And at some point we're gonna have to make them understand that life is more valuable than that one momentary fun or that one moment.
Honest.
So we can't let one moment define the rest of our lives. We just can't do that no more.
You know,
we have to be more aware. So,
you know, last episode, you know, I told y'all, you know, hey, go take your kids out. You know what I'm saying? Go talk to them, you know, because, hey, you could probably lay some knowledge on them and try to help them out. But nowadays, you might want to go and spend some more time with your kids. With the way shit going, you don't know when this could probably happen closer to home than you'd like to realize.
You don't know what tomorrow may bring. So spend time with each other. And this is very important. That's what I'm saying. If you spent that extra time and you sat down and took those extra 5 minutes or that extra 10 minutes or that extra 20 minutes just to get to know your damn kid. Get to know them. Don't think you know them because you put them here on this earth. That ain't the point. You're going to have to get to know them. You got to find out what they're going through in their day. Ask them questions. Remember, we talked about this in the last episode. So that's another thing. Like, we just have to make sure that we're consistent. And that consistency is going to show. If you stay consistent with your kids and consistently showing them something different and teaching them that it's more to this world than just that block or just that hood or just that, like, teach them, man, show them. But you're going to have to do better your damn self.
That part.
Because a lot of parents heard us doing the same shit their kids is doing. So we got to change that process. So here's what it is. Here's the change. This episode is definitely dedicated to change. I'm Big Mike, too big for 1G. It's my boy BTP the Realist, and we out.
BIGG FACCZ.